Hey, what's going on? It's Corey here. Do you remember those first few moments when you were born? Do you remember that first breath of oxygen? Do you remember that first step that you took on this planet? Go ahead and picture now. Remember. Can you remember? Well, I can't really remember. Most of us can't remember. You probably can't, but I'm going to help you get back in touch with that sense of newness, that sense of urgency and freshness in your life. I'm going to remind you of it, but before I remind you of it and ask you a question and really kind of evoke some emotion out of you and kind of really kind of twist in those bolts a little tighter to create some more focused ability in your life. So here's the story. When I was about 12 years old, I would go hunting all the time. My mom, for years, I remember she would take me hunting for probably 2 years straight, just putting in the hours with me, making sure that I was good. Whenever she was going to be able to let me go on my own and go out in here into the woods and kind of do some hunting in the woods and kind of be able to operate that firearm on my own. So she got pretty comfortable with me with that, and so I was able to go on my own, right? So I'm 12 years old, I'm young, and day after day I'm going out, and I would get home from work, I would get home from school, and I would walk down my road, a long dirt road, and I would grab all my camo and put it on, and I would grab my bow and arrow, and I would walk out to the woods. But before I walked out to the woods, this one time I did something really different. And I don't know if you've ever been deer hunting before, but doe estrus. I put doe estrus all over my shoes, all over my clothes and everything, and I grabbed my bow and arrow and I went out the back door, went straight to my log in the woods, and I sat down. But I don't know if you've ever been deer hunting before in your life. It's a pretty incredible experience, because there's two things you need to know. You need to be very quiet and very still. Okay, so in this process of this incredible experience I'm about to undertake here in a minute, you're gonna find out something pretty interesting. So I began to fall asleep. So while I was asleep, my subconscious, I was kind of in the realm of consciousness and unconsciousness, kind of dreaming about the incredible atmosphere, the earth, the wind around me, the fall, the nature, the birds, everything, the sun gleaming on my face as the sun goes down. And what do I hear? I began to wake up and come back to reality. I heard a couple sniffles, right? Sniffles. I'm like, okay, I tried to remain as still as I could, but as I began to open my eyes, slowly open my eyes, guess what I see? I see white, pearly antlers standing right in front of me, smelling my clothes. So what do I do? What would you do in that specific situation? Would you freak out? Would you be like, hold on? The adrenaline would be bowling through your system. Guess what happens next? He jumps back, he starts scraping the ground, blowing his nose and staring me dead in the eyes. In this moment, this one specific moment in my life, I can remember so very clearly that my life was about to flash before my eyes, and I was really stuck in that situation, and I'll never forget it. And I'm going to leave you with this question, but in that specific situation, you could have that specific situation going on in your life right now, in a different area, different aspect. It's all subjective. For me, it was the deer. Then obstacle for you could be something different. So I'm going to leave you with this. Go ahead and comment down below. We're going to get a little back and forth going here. When was a time when you were stuck, when you were really wanting to break free, and then all of a sudden you had this question in your mind, like, what's the cost of not breaking free? What's the cost of not getting unstuck and breaking through to the next level so you can get out of that box? What's something in your life? Because when the deer immediately just kind of turned and walked the other way, I couldn't wait to get home to tell my mom.